Good evening, everyone. This is a beautiful Thursday, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Um, okay, this is a very important topic that I'm about to discuss. Um, so, new drivers and future drivers, please take time to pay attention to what I'm saying, because you're gonna run into this constantly. So, you wonder, okay, so you see the videos that I made, the shorts or whatever that I've made about Medicaid riders being angry and pushing their aggression towards the drivers, the Lyft drivers, and got a lot of problems and issues, and a lot of people, a lot of drivers, Lyft drivers, don't like to deal with pickup Medicaid riders because of all of the instructions attached to the rides that we don't get paid for, right? All right. This is the God knows truth into why those Medicaid riders are as upset and angry as they are. So you have people that has disabilities and sick that needs to get to doctors on time. That needs reliable transportation, which Medicaid provides as a benefit in Medicaid and Medicare insurance. And all of the transportation vans that you see with the letters and stuff on it, these people get paid handsomely to transport these people to and from the doctors. Whether it may be by wheelchair van or regular car or regular SUV. Okay? And their contracts, once as they provide the vehicle, they also have to provide assistance to the riders to the doctor's door and to the door of the vehicle. Okay? To the door from their point of pickup and to the door at the doctor's office. This means some of those people, those disabled people, can't walk. They have wheelchairs, okay? That means you have to pick that person. The Medicaid driver has to pick that person up and put them in the vehicle or assist them in the vehicle the best that they can, okay? Push them to the door at the doctor's office and to the door at their house and things of that nature. Okay? And they get paid handsomely for this by Medicaid. So, you new drivers and you future drivers understand what I'm saying, okay? Lyft is the middle man in between us as drivers. Medicaid and Medicare is a whole separate company. Their number one goal is to provide transportation for all of the Medicaid insurance recipients that needs to go to the doctors and come home. Okay? So when they partnered some type of way with Lyft to send Lyft the influx of their business to service their Medicaid and Medicare recipients, disabled people, to and from the doctors and wherever else they need to go. What they did was they partnered with Lyft to service the ones that to service the Medicaid and Medicare recipients that the vans are unable to pick up. As many vans that they have out here in this world, all around different states and things of that nature, they cannot service all of the riders that need the Medicaid riders that need to go to and from the doctors. So when a rider calls a Medicaid van and say, hey, I'm ready to get picked up, the van tells them, hey, well, I can't get you. You got to call them. So they call them back. They call Medicare back. Or Logistic Care or somebody, they call them back. Hey, the driver said they can't get me. Medicaid's last result is to send a Lyft. Now, to my recollection, I don't know, it could possibly be. I doubt very seriously if there's any Lyfts around with wheelchair lifts in the van, right? It may be, you never know. But in that instance, they're going to send, if you are under Lyft XL, this means if you have an SUV or a van and a person has a wheelchair, they're going to send you to pick that person up. Now, in the descriptions of the trip, they're going to say door to door. Rider has a manual wheelchair. Okay? You pick them up from the doctor's office and you drop them off at their address. They do not tell you that the rider is disabled and can't walk. Okay? So as a Lyft driver, you're thrown under the bus by Lyft, okay, to service a Medicaid call because they've partnered with Medicaid to get an influx of their business, okay? Now, if it's a person that's heavy, whatever it is, don't matter what size, shape, or whatever, as a Lyft driver, they don't pay us enough money to go and get insurance because we are independent. So you pull up to pick someone up that say they need, hey, I can't walk, you got to help me in the van. You go to pick this person up, this person is heavy. Anybody that can't walk is heavy. You're going to pull a muscle in your back. You're going to pull a muscle in your shoulder, sprain your arm, do something, right? When you contact Lyft, Lyft is going to tell you that you're independent. They hold no liability to you and your injury, and they're going to tell you just like that. Now, you're picking someone up because they sent you that trip to pick that person up, knowing that you're independent, knowing that you don't supposed to be picking nobody up and putting them in the vehicle. So they send you that ride because they're servicing what Medicaid cannot service with the transportation vans and the wheelchair lifts and things of that nature. So now you got to pull muscle, so you're out of work. No one has no sympathy for you as a driver. Okay? So, you're bitter, you're mad, you're just upset because you feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason that you were driving Lyft, you can't drive it financially. You're out of money. Okay? Now, the rider, the Medicaid rider with the wheelchair, they can't walk. You pick that person up, you drop that person. That person is going to blame you for dropping him, okay, or her, okay? As I told you, Lyft doesn't pay us enough money to go out and get insured to drive on their platform. So therefore, to eliminate any incidents of that nature, whether you're rolling them in a wheelchair, if you roll them in a wheelchair and hit a bump, you could turn them over in the wheelchair and they could get hurt. You're held responsible for that. The trips that they're sending us to pick these disabled people up in these wheelchairs and people that need helps in and out of the vehicle and to the doors of their houses. They are only paying us $7 to $8 to get these people home. Maybe $15 depending on the distance. Lyft is taking the bigger end of what Medicaid is paying for that trip. So Lyft is the middleman that's taking the money from the Lyft drivers. So this what makes it difficult for the Lyft drivers to do their job, because they are the middleman and they're taking the bigger piece of the pie for Medicaid. Plus, we don't supposed to be picking up nobody. We don't. We supposed to assist, meaning if a person has a wheelchair and a walker, you accommodate that person by folding the wheelchair and the walker and putting it in the trunk of your car or your van if it fits. Okay? Picking these people up, pushing these people in wheelchairs to the door is not something that you're supposed to be doing, because you can be held liable. And Lyft is not going to back you if you push these people and they turn over in the wheelchair. Lyft is not going to give you nothing if you pull a muscle in your side. Okay? Pull your shoulder muscle. Hurt yourself. They're going to tell you that you're independent. They hold no liability towards you. But yet and still, they will send you a ride that Medicaid has sent them, knowing that the people can't walk and that the people had requested a wheelchair van. Okay? Now, the Medicaid drivers with the companies, with the words on the side, they get paid to do these things, to assist the driver in the vehicle, out the vehicle, push them to the door, things of that nature. Lyft drivers don't get a fraction of what a Medicaid driver gets with a contract with those people, with Medicaid. And it is important that you new drivers and you future drivers understand this. People, do not get caught up in these people being nice to you, and you go out there and you push them to their door, and they turn over in the wheelchair and scar their arm, maybe break their leg. They might do anything. A lot of these people have brittle bones. They're frail. They're very sickly, and it's unfair for Lyft to have partnered with Medicaid without reaching out to the drivers, or having something in the app when you register to say, hey, would you like to service Medicaid riders, or would you prefer not to? Give you the option to say, no, I don't want to do that. They don't do that. And when they send you, when Medicaid sends Lyft the ride and Lyft pairs you with the ride, they only give you some of the instructions. You don't know that these people are disabled and you got to pick them up and do this. And then the riders get mad with you as a driver because they think that you're being nasty to them because they're disabled. And it is not that. People, we don't get paid for that. We're getting cents per mile. This is a business. We're not getting paid for lifting people up. We don't have insurance to cover ourselves. We're not making nowhere near the money that we should be making so that we can put insurance on ourselves to cover us in case of an accident either way. Whether it's me tearing muscles in my shoulder or whether it's me hurting someone by lifting them. And it is unfair that us as Lyft drivers have to go through this. Now, when you see these people striking, well, protesting for better pay and better working conditions, this is some of the stuff that they're talking about. When you people look at these other YouTube channels of these guys that's monetized and wearing sunglasses and have these beautiful game chairs and stuff and sitting in the dock and all that stuff, talking about what do you want Lyft to give you? What do you want them to give you something for free? You want this, that, and the third. Now, this is a driver talking down on another driver, on other drivers. People don't get caught up in these videos. This is reality out here. These drivers that's in these markets where they got high demand and they're getting bonuses on top of bonuses and their cents per mile is high, and they think that they're doing something because they're driving 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to make $2,000 and $3,000. They think that they're doing something. And they got links in their description so that you can click it and sign up so they can try to get a referral off of you if you complete the task that's attached to the referral. I'm giving you real shit. I'm talking about things that mean something, that make sense. This is what I go through as a driver in this vehicle. I'm going to bring it to you as raw and as simple as I can. That's it. Please remember this, new drivers and future drivers. Don't help nobody in the vehicle and don't help nobody out of the vehicle, because you could hurt them or you could hurt yourself. You're driving for whatever financial purpose you need to drive Lyft for. You're not making enough money to put no insurance on yourself to cover you whether you hurt someone or you hurt yourself. It's unfair if they expect you to do that. Now, folding up a wheelchair and a walker is something that you're supposed to do because you're accommodating a disabled rider. But helping someone in and out and rolling them to the door somewhere, that's not right. Don't do that. Don't get caught up in that. You understand? Because you could hurt these people or you could hurt yourself. And what I'm talking about is real, and it can happen. You know? So, I just wanted to talk about this because this is a topic that no one is speaking about. Look, in a nutshell, what this company Lyft is doing, Lyft as a computer algorithm is playing with the drivers. They are putting the drivers up against the customers. Everybody has a problem with the Lyft driver. It's because the computer algorithm is throwing the drivers under the bus. You people will understand the things that I'm saying one day. I promise you, when these 2 rideshare platforms get put on blast by the news, y'all gonna come back to me and say you was right. Until my next video, you people, you wonderful people, I encourage your comments. I actually get a kick out of them, those that leave them, hey, I don't care. Hey, to you wonderful drivers, hey, man, keep your head up. It's going to get better, I'm going to keep bringing you new drivers and your future drivers information in the best form that I can bring it to you. Like I said, I'm new to this, and I'm doing the best I can to bring you the information that you need so that you can drive a little better with confidence, so you can educate yourself as you enter the platform as a driver, I don't want to tell you not to drive because, everybody has a financial purpose for why they do things. Joining Lyft and Uber, it's a financial purpose behind it. For whatever it is, I don't know. It's none of my business. But when you join Lyft, if you look at my videos, I want to help you. Okay? People, if you get a chance to watch this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop of my content, because I'm going to be releasing a lot of content. I'm going to work hard because I know one day things are going to be okay. I have faith. I have deep faith in God. And He has taught me some things over the last 12 or 13 years that I didn't even know. So, until my next video, people, let's get this bread, baby.